Hello and welcome to the final episode of A Cuppa with Climb Series 1. It has been one hell of a year, and there is no one I would rather celebrate the end of our first series with than the king of behind the scenes, Jason Stanley. Jason's our director, video editor, and graphic designer. He records all of the episodes of A Cuppa with Climb and then has the mammoth job of cutting out all of the bloopers and making us look like actual professionals in front of the camera. So I thought I'd drag him out from behind the scenes for this special episode.
Hey Hope, thanks for having me. Has it been a year already? Where does that time go? So fast.
It has been quite the year, and we have come so far from that first episode with Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. When we decided to start this project, I think, right at the beginning, we thought about having it in person, like at the office. There was going to be a 2 or 3 camera setup. We'd have the interviewer actually there in person, and everything. That was how it was going to work. And then enter pandemic time, so everything changed. In our change plans, we had to come up with a solution to record remotely. So we all had our own homes as our new studios. I quickly became director and monitor of all video recordings from my home, and while that was a bit of an adjustment, I do think that we hit the ground running pretty successfully.
Everyone that participated brought something really different to the table, and it was so fun working with all of our guests, both internal and external. Hello everyone, and welcome to A Cuppa with Climb. Hello and welcome to another episode of A Cuppa with Climb.
Yes, thank you for having me. So I'm David McAdam.
Hello and welcome to another episode of A Cuppa with Climb.
Hi Hope, it's great to be here with you.
I'm joined today by our Vice President of Distribution EMEA, Jane Silk, and President of Climb Channel Solutions, Dale Foster. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks Hope, nice to be here.
Thanks Hope, appreciate that.
Thanks for joining me today, Selena.
Yeah, of course. My name is Selena Wilson. I'm the Vendor Marketing Manager at Climb.
Our guest, Anton Bolan, the European Customer and Marketing Strategist at Smyth.
The pleasure is all mine. Thanks for having me.
Oh, great, thanks Hope. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Thank you for asking. Thanks for joining us today, Ben.
Thanks for having me. How are you doing so far?
Yeah, I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
You're really good, thanks.
I hope it's been insightful. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. It's been really interesting and eye-opening to have this conversation.
You're welcome, and yeah, thanks again for having us.
Yes, great to get the message out there.
Thank you so much for coming on the episode.
Thank you very much, Hope. It was my pleasure.
The pleasure was all mine. Thanks for having me.
Until next time, bye.
Bye.
So every episode takes a certain amount of preparation on the topic, right? Sometimes we already have a pretty good working knowledge of what we're going to be discussing. For example, the Manage Engine Cloud ebook or Flexera Patch Manager, because we work with them every day. But some of the other topics that we cover are relatively new, especially to me, and especially in the detail required for the episode. Without a doubt, the hardest one or the biggest learning curve that I had to face was the API lifecycle by SmartBear. It was a huge eye-opener. I went into this thinking that I knew what an API was, and from that definition that I was initially given about 5 years ago when I first started in the tech industry, the API sector has developed so quickly and completely changed, and it's now at the forefront of every new business and UI development plan.
Yeah, I totally agree. It was the same for me. Massive eye opener. I thought I knew what APIs were, and then Frank comes in and gives us this fantastic talk, and just was like, "Oh, wow! It's so much more than that." I'm usually just sitting there listening along to the recording, making sure there's no connection errors or interruptions and stuff like that. But I specifically remember running through the rehearsal for this. Yeah, I'm listening to you guys talk back and forth, and I'm nodding my head like, "Wow!" And I'm talking, and I'm like, I shouldn't be talking. This is an interview.
We at SmartBear, we have a rich history in API standards and specifications. Having originally donated what is now the most common HTTP specification, Open API, to the Linux Foundation. And open standards really improve the environment for producers of APIs, consumers, and of course us as tooling providers. So we'll always push to be at the forefront of these industry initiatives.
The rebrand episode was all about us getting an early introduction to the president of Climb Channel Solutions, Dale Foster. So, do you think we made a good impression?
I really hope so. We tried our best. We were as professional as we could be, but I think we were very nervous.
Yes, absolutely. It was definitely the most nervous I have ever been for any of the videos so far. I've never focused so hard on not messing up the script and staying in the zone.
I agree. You were that out of all the videos, you were the most focused on this one, making sure you were in your lane and you had everything nailed down.
Yeah, definitely.
You're right, it's been great getting to know and work with any of the wider Climb team. And it's also been very reassuring to find out that the culture really is very similar, banter, bad jokes alike.
I couldn't agree more. We've been introduced to the marketing department in Climb US and we agree, lots of banter and definitely lots of bad jokes as well. Luckily, both Jane and Dale immediately put us at ease, and it was actually a really laid-back episode with some pretty funny bloopers. We almost considered sharing some of them here today, however, we decided that we didn't want to lose our jobs, so we just have a clip of us all having a great time instead.
Yes, probably a good idea. I usually have the benefit of hiding behind my equipment. Not this time, obviously. I'm front and center. Fantastic. But I have to say, both Dale and Jane made it so easy for both of us. Like, both trying to ensure they were correctly in frame, or, something as simple as that, or we could just hear them, clearly. The fact that we got to use this platform as a way of introducing our rebrand was a credit to them going on camera and being so willing to have an open discussion with us. It was great.
Over the course of the first series, we had some pretty hilarious pet interruptions. Whether it was Alana's cat actually coming to give her a cuddle whilst we were recording, or I'm sure there are plenty clips of my cat's bum, face, lying on the keyboard, and let's not even mention the chickens that go off in the background.
Yeah, that happened.
Yes. However, despite all of that, there is one clear winner here, and that is Chris's little puppy in the first episode. While sleeping on his lap as we were recording, and one of the best takes of the whole day, his dog threw up all over his lap and all the way down his leg, and Chris kept going like a complete professional.
Yeah, as I said before, I'm usually watching for connection problems or interruptions, and I could tell while I was watching Chris, there's something distracting him. I was like, oh, is it just a notification, an email? I was like, why did you not turn off your emails or something? But no, this was his dog vomiting on him. I had no idea. I don't think any of us had any idea, except for Chris, of course. He was the consummate professional, and he barely skipped a beat, just ran with it.
Great. Well, obviously, Software Vulnerability Manager isn't the only patching solution on the market. So what makes Flexera's products different from the rest?
Yeah, so, SVM.
So speaking of being a constant professional, our award for Best Actress for her portrayal of Sonatype Expert goes to Selena Wilson. Back in July, when we were getting ready to shoot the Sonatype Expert, we were unfortunately told that they wouldn't be able to attend on that particular occasion. It was the middle of the summer holidays, they were off enjoying the sunshine. I don't blame them at all. And seeing as we already had the script ready to go, she volunteered to step in. If we could nominate her for an Oscar for her outstanding performance, we would, but it definitely took a few takes, didn't it?
Yeah, there were several takes on that one. But, like you said, fortunately we had the time to do several takes. On that instance, we could just run with it. Because everything was prepared. That was the beauty of it. You'd already done the research, you weren't going in blind. Obviously, for someone who doesn't, is coming in representing that and going on camera like I am right now, it's like, you're there, you're on the spot. So you got to get into your flow. And I think both you and Selena did an excellent job on that video.
Thank you. Me today, Selena. Could you introduce yourself and your role?
Yeah, sure. My name is Selena Wilson. I am the marketing man. Okay, go again.
I think you should sing it. that so well.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Vendor marketing manager.
Yes, that's your job.
That's my role.
If that's what you're struggling with.
That was what I was struggling with.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Selena Wilson. I'm the vendor marketing manager at Climb, and I work closely with our vendors like Sonatype on campaigns to make it easy for resellers to understand our vendors' offering.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. And finally, our favourite moment of Series 1 of A Cuppa with Climb has to be the design elements. Of course. The idea behind A Cuppa with Climb was essentially that a lot of back-end software is really hard to visualise and demonstrate, which is why it's so nice having experts being able to come on and explain the solution basically and with real insight into its place in the market. However, every now and then it was really nice to be able to include some real visuals into it. And Jason, that's where you come in.
We have a set style that I like to adhere to. The format is pretty simple, but we like to make it consistent for each episode of A Cuppa with Climb. That being said, we're always flexible when it comes to allowing extra graphics, video clips, or any other elements to our interviews. Any opportunity to demonstrate our vendor solutions in a creative way is welcomed by us. Absolutely, it's encouraged.
Absolutely, and this was the case when we first trialed adding in product demos into the video. For example, our Mind Manager episode where we talked about how it was integrating with Teams, and it just went down an absolute storm. We then leapt at the opportunity to do the same thing with TechSmith's Camtasia 2021. However, no one was expecting Anton to not just bring his own product demos, but make them himself using Camtasia, of course, and make them perfectly timed to what he was going to be saying in the video. Absolutely the most prepared guest that we had on the show.
Yeah, for sure. Anton really brought his A game for us when putting this video together. It was a total collaboration project from start to finish. He made this a collaborative piece by making suggestions with the clips that he provided. You know, he would say, right, I'm going to speak at this point, and then you can remove my audio here and put this bit on and the presentations and stuff like that. It was fantastic. It made my job so much easier, basically.
Snagit is a really quick and easy to use screen recorder, primarily focused on images and simple videos. And our other product, Camtasia, is a bit more professional and allows the creation of more branded and high-end videos. And they both have their right and their place at the workplace. But can I show you some examples?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, in this case, perfect time to just bring up Snagit and its capture interface. Snagit is this little tool that sits on the side. Here we go. And I'm just going to use the standard all-in-one settings. And then I'm going to click on the big red recording button. And all I have to do now is select the part of my screen that I want to capture for my colleague, like this.
So that concludes our top 8 moments for A Cuppa with Climb Series 1. So what's next? We are itching to get stuck into Series 2, and boy oh boy have we got a lot planned. We've reviewed our favourite elements of the first series, what worked and what didn't, and we are so excited to bring a fresh new look to Series 2. Alongside this fresh new look, we've also got a huge lineup ready with some really exciting people and guests to come on. SolarWinds, Blanco, and another cameo from Flexera's Chris and his not-so-little puppy now. The first episode launches in March, so please keep your eyes peeled on LinkedIn. So just before we say until next time, I'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone that has contributed to A Cuppa with Climb. It has been such a fun learning experience, and from coming up with the idea this time last year, I did not think it would go this well, and I couldn't have done it without Jason, of course. I personally just can't wait for Series 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you name it.
Super exciting. I'd like to echo that by saying thank you to Hope for all your effort you put into getting this series off the ground. Continuing to do your never give up attitude, that can do, like, it's the 5th take, we will get this done. Encouraging us to get that one last take, honestly, can sometimes be the difference in a video. You know, you just be like, we sitting there and we have the video ended, and you'd be like, can we just do that one more time? And maybe we're not feeling it, but you get that one take and you're like, that was it. And you know when you know, don't you? You just have it. So I'm really looking forward to more in the future.
If you'd like to appear on the next episode of A Cuppa with Climb on behalf of your vendor or reseller, or you'd like to nominate someone else from your company, then please get in touch with us at the marketing department. Be quick though, slots for Series 2 are filling up fast. As usual, all our details will be listed at the end of this video or in the video description box below. If you would like to get in touch about any of our vendors' solutions, head to our website or call our specialist sales team. So, until next time, bye!
Bye!
As usual, all details will be listed at the end of this video and in the description box below. If you would like to get in touch about any of our vendors' solutions, head over to our website or call our specialist sales team. So thank you guys. Until next time.
I didn't know where my mug was. I thought my mug was here and it was over here. And I was picking up nothing. What a moron. How can I mess up a cheers?
I just want to keep the sound in.
Well, now I just look like I'm crying. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that was amazing. My eye's twitching now.
Oh my god.